Hi and welcome everyone. Lisa here for Honeybee Stamps. Thanks for taking the time to join me. So today I have a very quick and simple card I want to share with you. We're going to be using the Pretty Poinsettias stamp set. I'm only using the poinsettias from this and the Country Christmas Wreath stamp set. I'm using those tiny little star detail stamps in there. So a piece of white cardstock that I've cut to 4 inches wide by 5 1/4 inches high. And I have a piece of masking paper that I've cut to 1 inch wide by 3 1/2 inches high. And I've centered that on my card panel. And I went ahead and placed that in the MISTI, and I'm arranging those two poinsettias, one on each corner on the top left and bottom right. And I'm going to stamp these with my Memento Love Letter ink. Now you're going to want a alcohol-friendly ink for this because we're going to color these in with our Copic markers real quick. And you don't have to be too fussy with this. Just make sure you're staying in the outer lines because we're going to color the whole thing in solid red. Now you could do this in any color you want. You could do this in greens or grays, anything. It would be beautiful in like a modern farmhouse colors. Maybe some craft and sage green. That would be really pretty. So here I'm just coming in, I'm going to finish filling these in. And like I said, you don't even have to make sure that your coloring is spot on with this. You just want to make sure you have everything covered. And then once you do, go ahead and stamp over that with some Versamark ink. Now, I did put down anti-static powder, and you want to be sure that you lay down your anti-static powder before you stamp your Versamark ink because we're heat embossing. Now that I have this stamped with my Versamark ink, I'm going to pull it out of the MISTI and go ahead and add white embossing powder to this. And then we'll come in with our heat gun and heat set this. I used a very fine detail embossing powder this because it has so much detail in each of those stamped images. And I found I got amazing results with that. Preheated heat gun, we'll go ahead and heat set this. Now, once we have it heat set, we're going to remove the masking paper. But you notice how I left that laying down while I was heat setting it? I have a silicone mat down on my desk that is heat resistant and allows me to heat emboss directly on it. And I feel like I get less warping with my paper when I use that method of leaving the paper laying on my desk. There, I just went in with my T ruler and a Tri Plus fine liner in black and created a frame for that masked off area that we had. And now I'm coming in with a black Copic marker and I'm going to fill this in. Now I'm taking my time right around the edge and I'm using that chisel nib. It makes it pretty easy to go in and fill in areas like this. And this is one of the things that I'm finding that I'm really enjoying is pulling different products together for creating my cards, like using my Copic markers with heat embossing or to create a layered look on a one layered card. I've been doing that a lot lately and I'm really enjoying it. I just went ahead with all those little detail stamps from the Country Christmas Wreath. They're tiny little stars and then a little grouping like a little cluster. And those are actually details for the stamps in that set, but I use them just to add fun little elements to my cards. You have them, use them. And here I went in with that fine liner again and just framed out the rest of my panel. Nothing difficult with this at all. So easy. So some honeybee glue to the back of the panel and we've added it to a black card base, an A2 card base. Here I have some gold foiled letters. They're already on foam. I'm cheating just a little bit in this video because we have had a crazy week here. Last week was nuts. So I'm cheating a little bit with these foam gold foiled letters instead of doing a bunch of die cutting today. But I love the way this turned out. So I did come in with my gold gel pen. You've seen me using that a lot lately. And I added a bunch of tiny little dots all around my flowers, and I even pulled those out into a point and it looks like I extended the petals of the flowers actually. So I'm going to just go ahead and frame out my word peace with my jelly roll pen here. And that's going to bring us to the end of this video. That's just how easy these cards are. Super simple, can be done in any color, would be gorgeous in pink. Let me know what you think of this in the comments. Don't forget, it's Black Friday, so check out those sales. And until next time, take care.